In today's video, we're going to be looking into bone layers and groupings. So for that, we're going to be using basically the skeleton of a horse. Let's zoom in, pan it, rotate it. So basically, we are using a built-in skeleton of a horse provided by the Rigify. But what you can do is because everything I will show you how the grouping is done over here, but let's say if how it would be useful is like when you have an armature here, single bone, and you wanna maybe oops uh, in the edit mode you wanna sprout it by extruding, right, multiple times, and then you have multiple bones here and you want to group them. Could be because you want to deal with fewer bones at a time, and then you may want to color them differently so that you know which bone belongs to what and what like the maneuver you are doing or the posing you are doing, which bones should be displayed and which you should move for that particular pose. So that would be a practical application of that. We just want to remove the bones here. So once you have the skeleton here, this is like already built in, like, so once the armature is selected, right? So why do we have this armature? Yeah, we want to talk about this rigged armature here of a horse. And once you see, so if you go here in the object data properties, you would notice that the layering has already been done, right? So again, going back to our example here, so you won't see any of the layers in this armature structure. So if you do want to do that, so everything over here, like all of it has been just part of that. So if I want to say yes, so what you would do is like you would select the bone and you would press M to move it over here and then hit enter. So you would see that this has been moved here. Then you would do this and M to move it to another layer, and then you would do this and M to move it to a third layer. Now actually I just moved the first one to another layer, so I'm gonna select it again, move it back to this layer. Okay, so now I have this one and then this one and then this one, sorry, this one. And you can, so whichever you want to display at a time, to move it, to rotate it, or whatever you want to do, you can actually shift and then click on these layers to either hide or display them. And there can be multiple ones in these layers, like, so as you can see, if I talk about this one, sorry, If I talk about this one, you would notice that they have already put different bones into different layers, and selecting them would display just part of those, just section of those bone layer. Actually, that layer of the bone, right? So you can actually do that, and then uh, inside the pose mode, you can rotate them without actually uh, kind of doing basically without affecting the other layers. You can uh, work on particular layers. And the last thing I wanted to cover is like we can add the, I'm just gonna here. So again, selecting them all. So you can group them too, right? Uh, the reason I normally do it is because I wanted to have them like of different colors, so that whenever you are working on one part of the bone group, you're not affecting, and it's visible that which section of the bones you are working for posing um, uh, something. So again, you need to be in the pose mode. You need to say in the bone groups, you would be saying add. You would name the group. Let's call it front, front, and then add another one. Let's call it back. While you are in the front, you would select the bones you want it to be in the front. It would be much easier if I just do this and then remove the ones which I didn't want. So right now I'm just uh, shift and clicking, deselecting the bones here. Okay, so one more. So maybe I wanna distribute the bones into two groups. One of them is the forward, which is over here. So while we are in the pose mode and we have selected the bones, what you can do, and the group has been highlighted, you can say assign. And then in order to see that they have been assigned, you can color them differently. Now I wanna select over here, and then while they are selected, I wanna move them to, I wanna highlight the other group and assign it. And you would notice that the bones which were selected from the front side just moved to the back one. This is because a bone, unlike the vertices, can only be uh, it can only be assigned to one group. So now again, let's go to the object mode, move it a little bit. So now if we ever want to work on uh, one group of the bone armature, you can always just go here and visually see which group we're talking about, and that would how I would group them using the bone groups. And again, the layers are used in order to uh, hide or display one layer, and you can divide the bone skeleton into different layers. Those were the things I wanted to cover. Thanks for watching.